All right, we're going to play this song for you. It's a chord structure of G to A, D to G, G to A, D to G. Then the middle section is G, F, E flat to D, and then back again. So really, it's loosely based on. Was it Duke Ellington who wrote?
I do know, but I can't remember off the
Yeah,
top of my head right
I'm
now.
not sure. Anyway, and that's Jersey Bounce.
Yeah,
the changes to Jersey Bounce.
We'll also talk about bringing in dynamics as well, different feel, different kind of intensity.
Yeah.
You know, building it up sometimes with the accompaniment, sometimes just giving it a little bit of space so it all breathes, and the interplay between the two players.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready, Gov?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's turn the swing factor up a little. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah.
There you go.
Ready? And he's in charge.
Now, let's talk about the chord sequence.
The chord sequence, okay.
So we're in the key of G.
Yep. So we've got G here. I'm just playing that shape there. Right. I'm using to A7 to like a A minor to a D. G, E flat, A minor suspended to A flat 7th kind of thing.
Nice, yeah.
These are my little passing chord ideas. Now the bridge is it's just a plain G ninth down to F9, down to E flat 9, down to D. Yeah, and then back to the back to the same.
It's a standard kind of AABA sequence.
Yeah.
So we do the first 8 bars, 8 sequence, and we repeat that. Then we get the middle 8 part, which is our descending.
And what chords? What flavored chords would you use? You know, I'm using.
Well, yeah, I was
thing.
using that kind of. But also, when I was accompanying you at the end,
See, he's got moving lines going in the middle of the chord. nice.
That kind of thing. Like,
Yeah. I like it.
And I broke it up a little bit. Instead of playing 4 in a bar, I then played. And again. Giving it plenty of space for the accompaniment. Then hit 4 in the bar.
Right.
Has a better effect that way.
Yeah. So
There you go.
what just happened?
It's always different, always a little bit different every time.
So we're walking you through the changes so you can see how that works. Sometimes I like to move the bass part about because of the sound that I make with this instrument. So I got this, I got that going, right? And then I just, that's the secret sauce to the Colonel and the Governor.
Yeah, so I would do a similar thing, but but I'm playing the chord with that bass line,
okay,
rather than you playing it kind of separately.
Let me hear that.
I can play it.
Oh yeah.
I can play it. I can play it here.
Yeah, he's got a lot of. That's beautiful.
So I probably wouldn't play the on,
I wouldn't
on the B
recommend
string.
that
though.
without parental guidance. Yeah.
Yeah, getting all the inversions lengthwise of the fretboard. Sometimes on the guitar players, and it's all part of playing the guitar. You get in a kind of different positions, but always try to play the length of the fretboard, even when you're playing a melody. Don't necessarily. No, you can play the length of the fretboard because you get a different sound as well.
Yeah.
That G sounds different to that one.
There.
That one.
There it is.
Oh yeah, I've got a dot on it now. Yeah, I've just put dots on the guitar for this.
Yeah. Well, he's from Britain, so he thought they'd moved it. Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, we drive on the left. You see, that's why.
That's true. Yes. And think on the right. All right. All right. What's next?
When I'm playing that single line on there,
Right.
I'm keeping in mind actually the chord shape. So I am, even though I was saying that, playing the length of the fretboard, even if I'm playing in.
No, it's G. There you go.
Sorry, G. There we go.
Yeah.
I went into the other tune. That's what
See,
that was. Yeah.
I caught that straight.
Well
as soon as he
done.
put that shape on, I said, he's in E minor, the previous song. Let's get into
You
this
passed
tune.
that test. You
Did,
passed-
yeah,
passed the
you
test.
were.
Yeah. Now, so I'm thinking around about here. But then I'm also thinking of when I go to the A7th, I can kind of with a dominant 7, you can also play on the 5 minor 7.
Right.
So instead of playing,
Right.
you can play that as well. So I'm always keeping in mind the chord sequence, and I can kind of visualize as well the chord shape as well when I'm playing on that. But it doesn't mean I have to stay in there. I can move.
Right. Right. Want to play it one time round there, just so you can make something up right now for the folks to to steal.
To steal.
Yeah. Ready for a little petty theft? Here we go.
go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
A minor to the G. That's a G there. So I've got in my mind G here. I've also got it here, here,
Right.
there. So when I'm soloing, playing single lines, I can kind of visualize where I am. So even though I'm going up and down the fretboard, I've got those little markers in my mind.
Okay. Let me have a go at it now. The same thing. I'll just see what pops into my mind over these changes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So I used almost call and response. Yeah, I used kind of call and response idea.
Well, that's a similar idea to the whole idea of being inspired for the next phrase. That's a kind of call and response thing too.
Yeah. What I actually did is stole everything from him and swapped it round the other way. See? No. But isn't it wonderful to be able to create a kind of a melody on the fly, and that's really what we're trying to do and demonstrate with the way we improvise.
Another thing that happens if you're doing that and you're as you say you're coming up with a melody on the fly there. If you play a note you didn't mean to play, don't panic about that. It will just send you to another direction. So you can then let that mistake inspire you to play something different. That's what I do all the time. So another thing, if you play something and you think, well, it sounds like a mistake, play it twice, do it again.
People think it's jazz.
Call and response. No, you play it again.
Well, you know,
and then you can actually start to work with that so that it actually just becomes part of your solo.
I don't know about you, Martin, but when I was young, if I made an obvious mistake on stage, it took me 3 days to get over it. You know, not anymore. You know,
not with me because I've always played jazz, so I've embraced mistakes. So it means.
But you know, now if I make a mistake, I just look at it and go, "Yep, I made a mistake. I'm just a human being. I'm not a machine. I'm going to try and do better in the next 10 minutes." You know.
That note got away. That one escaped.
That one escaped. Yeah. So there's a lesson in that too. So with these changes and the structure of this song, there's several ways that I like to create the feel for Martin to play over, and I try not for it to be too much, you know. So using the chord structure, I tend to. And that's pretty obvious. It's an obvious way of spelling out the chord changes. I could just go and stay on G and then go to A7th.
You're harmonizing a bass line there.
Yeah, so I'm going.
Line, yeah. Yeah.
Right. And there, if I do something like that, then that's the horn section. Bap, do-doom, bap, do-doom, bap, and they're spelling out the changes as well. And then on the next time round, I might want to move the bass without too many chords.
It just gives it a different color, a different kind of flavor every time. Yeah.
Now, the bridge section is just a breakdown. G to F. Right. So you could just go. But I like to keep the momentum and the feeling that I'm carrying the time.
You know, another thing we could do there, you could go. Like an octave.
Yeah, you could do that.
It's kind of a call and response, isn't it?
It is, and it's very nice. You see that?
And one other thing that we could do as well is actually to break it all up. So. Then yeah, so that's like the big band,
right?
The trumpets.
You see how I started that whole section and explained all that, and then he came along, he detoured us and gave us an even better idea. This is what the governor does. So you have to get used to working with the gov, because he knows when to jump in with a great idea. And
it's because you inspire me. That's what it is.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So anyway, so isn't that a wonderful idea? What he was doing, you could be, especially if you're really having fun soloing and you want to do it one more time around. You want to take another chorus, as we say, then you could do those changes. You could make it different the second time.
Yeah.
The first time you could just go, keep the time, right? Second time you go.
Yeah, we don't want everything on the same level all the time. You don't want to play the same intensity, the same volume. You want to vary it. And when you're playing a duo situation like this, the person soloing can inspire that, and you can come backwards and forwards. You know when to get more intense. And know other times just to hold back. And bring some space in there. That's why we listen all the time to what's going on. We don't play in isolation. We're always listening.
I always say a musician's first job is to be a listener. That's it. See, it's written in stone.
Tommy Emmanuel said it, so it must be true.
Okay, this is the inner moving chordal stuff that's now going to blow your mind. So the person to do that is the gov. So here he goes. Well, take us through that.
It's kind of what you were saying before of playing that bass line. Now I'm only playing 3-note chords. Root, this is a major 7.
Ooh.
And the third or the 10th on the piano, they've spread that out like that. So we can do this.
Oh, let's do that, and I'll just play something simple over the top. Ah, right.
Yeah, okay. I'll see if I can do it then.
Are you ready?
2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can do that in such a way that it doesn't. It's not too intrusive for Tommy. So.
Oh, it was nice.
So I'm not.
No, you're. There it is, and you know what that's called, ladies and gentlemen? Feeling. It's playing with feeling. Yeah, I like it.
I like it a lot.
Good.
So when I'm accompanying, the first thing is listening. So I'm listening to what Tom is doing the whole time. But it's not just a matter of listening to the other person. You've still got to listen to yourself as well and what you're playing.
Yeah.
And very often, we always say, it's important for us to always listen to the other members of the band and all that.
Yeah.
But it's also very important to listen to ourselves, because it's very easy just to get caught up with the mechanics of playing the guitar, and you're not actually listening to yourself. And you'll know that when you play something and you think, oh, that's good, it felt good, and then you record it and you play it back and you go, oh, I sounded like that. So you've got to hear, you've got to listen to yourself as well. So the first thing I would do is if Tommy started a solo, then I get a good idea of what he's trying to convey in that solo.
Right.
Is he gonna go bang full out, or is he just going to do a little groove or something? Right. So after a while, it's not telepathic, but I mean, we know each other.
Okay.
So I think, oh, Tommy's going to do that, and then
okay. Let me speak from my perspective now. If I want to play, okay, I'm ready. It's my solo, right? What my first wish is that you don't play too much.
Yeah.
Right, and that I as the soloist now I'm depending on you, to keep the time, play the right chords, right, and give me the freedom to take my time. Yeah. So let's go into
not step on your toes.
These changes, and I'll play something simple. And I'll hope that a miracle will happen, and I'll play something tasteful. You ready?
You always do.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Beautiful, thank you. Yeah, and I quoted.
I know, yes.
It was a quote from Moonglow.
Moonglow.
Yeah. How about that? See, the miracle happened.
Play it again, and I'll
play something different.
Bring in some space in there as well.
We're experimenting now.
Yeah. Let's have a listen. You
ready?
See what we do. So I was picking up on some of the things you did.
Oh, right.
So But you've got to be very careful with that you don't actually step on the other player's toes when you're doing it. But
that's a good example there of what what I was hoping for, you gave me the first time round, right? So then I had to switch out and do something different. So
yeah.
that was a good experiment. I hope you like that. It doesn't cost any extra for us to do this stuff. Here we go. This is our simple version of this particular song structure. Hope you like it. Here we go. It's called The Man with the Blue Shirt. There we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like that. Tasty, tasty, tasty.